righty. Well, I think it's funny story time. I'm trying to boil water as we speak, as I speak, I guess. And while I'm doing that for my hot water bottles, I've got the last bit of water out there now in the kettle to go in for the bottles that I put into the bed to make life more bearable in the cold wilds of Canada. But anyway, in the wintertime. But anyway, I'm going to tell you a story. This story took place about 40 years ago. I lived in Perth, the town of Perth, Ontario at the time. And of course, the neighboring town is Smiths Falls, Ontario. And I don't recall now just why, but I had come up to Smiths Falls for some reason. And I was out of my car and I was walking down a side street, like a residential street. I wouldn't even remember this now, except for what happened anyway. And this incident stayed with me just because of what happened. So I couldn't tell you why I was in Smiths Falls. I couldn't tell you where I was going or where I was coming from or what street it was on. It was just a residential side street in the town of Smiths Falls anyway. I'm walking along, going from point A to point B, wherever those two places were. I couldn't tell you now because it was 40 years ago. But I'm walking past this house, and this house, instead of having a backyard, really, it had more of a side yard. So when you went past the house, there was a fence and there was a yard there, you know. And then there was the next house. And there was a picnic table in the yard and everything. And there was this guy sitting there at the picnic table. And he had a radio. He's listening to his radio. And there's one of those old, really sad-sounding country songs playing on the radio. And it was a song about some piece of equipment at some place of work that killed every man that ever operated it. And it was called The Widowmaker. The song was called Widowmaker because this was a song about this piece of equipment that killed everybody, so anyway, I'm walking past and I can hear this song being played over the radio. And I see the guy sitting at the picnic table and he's got oh, it's my water. Okay, I wondered. I heard water. This water's frozen and I've got it up here and I'm just letting it slowly melt because the heat from the heater comes up this way and it's melting the water into the reservoir here. Anyway, getting back to my story. Oh, there's Rocky. Hi, Rocky. Got my hot water bottles right there, so he's laid on top of my hot water bottles. He is. They get warm, eh? Anyway, this guy, he's sitting there. He's got a bottle of Jack Daniels. I'm sure that contributed to what happened. But got a bottle of Jack Daniels there on the table with him and a glass, and everything. And he's feeling no pain, you can tell, Anyway, walking past, and of course this real sorrowful sounding kind of a nasty old sorrowful sounding country song's playing, and I can hear the singer, and he just like, Widowmaker, Widowmaker, like that, And the guy jumps up from the picnic table, spins around in a circle, claps his hands, and goes, woo, Widowmaker. And then he starts strutting back and forth in the yard, clapping his hands and going, woo, like that. And you hear him there, and he says, Widowmaker, Widowmaker. Like that. So I remember just kind of, I'm just going to look straight ahead and keep going. Don't need to know what's going on here. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, he was a big fan of the Widowmaker. Anyway, so I don't know. I hear my kettle whistling out there, so I guess I better get out there and deal with that. There's my Rocky again. Hey, Rocky. Hey, you're a good boy. I got to deal with my cattle. Anyway, that's the story of the Widowmaker. And how Jack Daniels can make you really enjoy your music more, I guess. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I never forgot that, though. It'd be some mundane situation that I wouldn't even remember any of it now, except for that happening. Anyway, I got to do my water thing, so we'll talk to you later. Bye for now.